Hey guys, Zephyrnix here. This one's a response to True Setting You Free. First and foremost, I'm just going to go ahead and play the audio of the video so you guys can really hear about what he's saying and where he's getting at here. So I want you to pay attention.
It's no joke, folks. This is no joke. How are you going to have a multimedia-aimed console like the PlayStation 3 of this generation, like the Xbox 360 of this generation? How are you going to have that next generation without Blu-ray? Tell me about that. Tell me about how you're going to give consumers great value, but not allowing them to have the confirmed, the standardized HD physical media disc format without them allowing them to use that. How are you going to provide a great multimedia experience this next generation? How do you do it without Blu-ray?
That's pretty much the premise of the movie. He goes on to just pretty much says the same thing, but for the most part, he says, so basically he's saying, how do you do it without Blu-ray, out of standard? Now, I think what he's forgetting is that digital distribution is also the standard. Apple has originally made it the standard. There are more digital distributed titles than there are Blu-rays. You know, I just thought I'd go make mention of that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of go over some comments that I said and comments that he made and just kind of talk about it real quick here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I start off with this. I say simple, just to answer his question, right? I say simple. Don't use a physical format. Digital distribution, which Microsoft is already using, use digital distribution, which Microsoft is already using on the Xbox. It'll give you the same quality as Blu-ray, but with less cost on the producer side. And then I was kind of wondering if I missed something, because I was like, well, that was kind of an easy question. So he responds with, well, it seemed easy because you pretty much avoided the real issue there. He says, digital distribution is not a widespread reality. Mind you that we weren't really getting into this. It wasn't supposed to be this deep. He just asked a question. I gave a response. But he says, digital distribution is not a widespread reality, even for next generation. Affordable bandwidth and bandwidth caps will keep many consumers from using digital distribution too often. I don't know what too often means. After all you're doing is downloading games, and you're also you're doing downloading games as well as downloading movies. I don't see how that's a lot, but okay. He says it will also give you the same quality as Blu-ray. And it will only give you the same quality as Blu-ray if it's the same file size. Now, when he said that, I was like, I know he's not trying to say what I think he's trying to say, but I'm going to go ahead with it anyway. He said, fools can tell me there is no difference there, but there is. He says, and you don't see the, do you see digital distribution offering, also offering the same audio and subtitle options in Blu-ray? He says, do you also see them doing the same extras? Now, first of all, that last part wasn't even part of the whole situation. The whole thing wasn't even part of the situation, but that particular part, it was a little too much. What are you talking about? Extras, audio, subtitles. No one's talking about that. You asked how they're going to do it without Blu-ray. There you go. But fine. I digress. Let's keep going. I said avoiding. I don't see an issue. For one, digital distribution is widespread. Apple's using it. Steam is using it. Xbox is using it. And yes, PlayStation Network is also using it. So there is an affordable bandwidth. As for the affordable bandwidth, most caps are usually at $250 a month, and if it's anything lower than that, it's not for gamers. The gamers are not using that particular one, and if they are, two things need to happen. One, you probably need to talk to your Chamber of Commerce if you're paying your own internet bill, in terms of the fact that these people, because people were sitting there, they were complaining about it, saying that, Zeph, you don't understand, in Canada, a lot of people are sitting there and they're, a lot of ISPs are pretty much milking us for the internet. Well, dude, that's not my problem. That is not Microsoft's problem. That's not Sony's problem. That is your problem that you need to get off your ass, get off YouTube, and speak to your Chamber of Commerce about that. That has nothing to do with us. Okay? That's number one. Number two, if you are living under your mama's house and you are not... if you are anything over 17, okay? If you are anything over 17 and you still live in your mama's house and you complain about the whole bandwidth thing, shut the hell up. Seriously. Get off your ass, get a job, get out your mama's, get off the goddamn nipple, and go ahead and do your own shit. Get your own place. Buy your own internet, okay? And don't tell me Canada can't do it, because if I remember correctly, Canada has all that free healthcare shit, so I expect you to have free healthcare, so you go ahead, instead of paying for healthcare, go and buy an apartment. I'm just saying, dude. Really, I don't see the logic in the going ahead. That's all that. I don't see the logic in going ahead and complaining about all this stuff when you need to do something about it. That's not the industry's fault. That is your country's fault. That's number one. Another thing too is that the industry is not going to wait for you. It's not. Let me put it to you this way. Because people were saying, well, they're not ready yet. The world is not ready yet. Let me ask you something. Was the world ready for the first car? Was the world ready for the first wheel? Was the world ready for electric? Was the world ready for the first light bulb? The answer is no. The inventors went ahead and made it, and they showed them how easy it would make your life. And yes, digital distribution makes your life much easier. I cannot tell you how many times I enjoy going ahead on Steam and downloading a game and then paying like $6 for it, i.e. Splinter Cell Conviction, which I just bought, and I paid $6 for it, and it's a fantastic game. Truth be told, that's exactly where it's going, and it could go this generation. It's not likely, but it is possible depending on the situation. I don't really think it will, but it could. I would just state the answer to the question. And anyway, so Truth responded with this. Why would the injury stop? Because, my fault. That's my fault. I actually said the same exact thing that I actually said right now. So he says, yes, digital distribution is widespread. Mind you this, he just said it wasn't widespread, but now he's saying it is widespread. He said, but what file size are we talking? What file size will they be doing next gen? Ever try downloading over 10 gigabyte on Xbox Live, Steam, and Apple? Yes, actually, it's quite easy. The new update for if you actually go ahead and update your Mac OS X from 10.6 to 10.6.7, that's over a 10 gig installation right there. That's number one. Number two, I downloaded a 6 gig installation. Is that about the same? That's about 3 gigs more, so I guess I would do that and add about a little more time on it. That would be 10 gigs, so I guess that would work too. So that's definitely something you may want to take a look at here. What else? In all honesty though, yes, I actually have went ahead and downloaded 10 gigabyte files before too. And I'll get into that in a minute. It's funny too, because all these questions he's asking me I've actually done. But like I said before, I'm getting into it in a minute. Where was he at? And then he talking about the caps, how the caps are, there are some daily caps. And as I explained, yeah, if you are doing daily caps, then you probably don't need to be a gamer. That's for them old ladies, who all they use internet for is to read the news and all that and to do emails. That's all. And then last he says, sorry, but if a 1080p movie is only streams, he said, 5 gigabytes, when the movie is actually 20 on Blu-ray, then you're not getting the same quality. One, I did not mention streaming. Number two, newsflash, dude. Blu-ray movies are not 20 gigabytes. No, they're not. You mind if I give you a prime example of one particular Blu-ray movie that I actually so happen to have on my hard drive? Excuse me. Give me one moment. Let me go ahead and just get it up real quick. Haha. Wait, he said. Anyway, Batman Begins. I have Batman Begins on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray version on my hard drive. How big is it? It is 10 gigabytes. 11, more precise. 11 gigabytes. That's how big it is. And yes, by the way, for the record, it is the Blu-ray version. It is running H.264. It is also 1080p, running DTS. If you guys know what that is, yay for you. And then as for extras, dude, are you kidding me? That's what I'm talking about, dude. Why drop a movie and don't educate yourself? Have you ever heard of iTunes Extras? iTunes actually provides the extras as an additional download, as well as other digital distribution centers. They allow you to go ahead and download these extras that are located on the disc. So yes, and by the way, my downloaded version of Blu-ray actually does allow me to switch audios. It's via an MKV file, which means that, and you mentioned before, let me go ahead and go down here, another thing that you mentioned. You quoted me and said, you are downloading 15 and 12, 20 gigabyte movies? Newsflash, son, most people already do. That's what I said. And he said, who's downloading these 20 gigabyte movies? Pirates? Torrents? Newsflash, dude. Torrents is digital distribution. It may not be the official digital distribution, mind you, but nonetheless, it is digital distribution. It is. Get over it. And it's funny too, because I gotta say, dude, I remember you making a video a while ago, right? No, actually, I remember you in a video chat room. And it's funny because Fury Doughboy kind of looked, he said, "Are you serious? Did you just hear what this fool just said?" You said this, quote, it seemed, you always came out with these hard-hitting factual videos and no one could counter you. And it's funny, dude, because I kind of remember countering you a lot. A lot. And in fact, Black Bond, I'm doing it too, and your only excuse was sidestepping. That was your only excuse, was in fact sidestepping. When the reality is that this whole conversation is you sidestepping, dude. Real talk. Like, for example, you asked, how's it going to survive without Blu-ray? I simply said physical format. Yet you start bringing up DVD audio and subtitles and this and that and this and that. Dude, I didn't know I'm doing it. I just said I just said digital distribution. And quite frankly, to be honest with you, dude, the internet, PC has already proven that irrelevant. So no matter what you say, it has already proven that irrelevant. Okay? Number one, Steam holds about, let's see, how many of it's running right now? Just right now. Right now, it's only holding, sorry, I just see this new game that came out on Steam. It looked funny for a second there. It's already coming out with, where is it at? Right now, the max I've seen on Steam so far is about 4 million people, okay? So far at the same time. That's number one. Is that a lot? No, not compared to certain things, but nonetheless, that's still a lot. When you compare it to other systems out there. So yeah, dude, it is a lot. At the same time, you also have people who are from Apple. On Apple, the Apple Store, they will go ahead and there is about, I think it was 10, 15, was it? I think it was like 10 million people on there at once before. So yeah, dude, digital distribution, not only it's actually a realistic and most viable and very good option, it is real, and I'm not saying it's coming this generation. I'm not, because I know someone's going to say it. All I'm saying is that you've been owned. Nah, well, yeah, that too. But all I'm saying, dude, is that this. What am I saying? I don't know, dude. Pick one. I pretty much destroyed every single comment that you've actually had in your whole entire thing. So I tell you what, pick a comment and then consider yourself owned. You guys have a good night. Zeph out.